What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Hess. How we doing?
Your first podcast of him being Hess. It's kind of weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
No one else has any other
I
thoughts
was
on
watching him
that?
drink. Yeah, he
My
is.
milk.
He's always Hess to me. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about Westworld Season 2, Episode 8, Kiksuya. What were your guys' thoughts on the episode? We'll start with Nick.
Well, Nick watched it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was a little sleepy.
Yeah.
Almost put me to sleep at first. But I liked it. I mean, it was interesting. It was different. Like, it was kind of just seeing another perspective was cool. Like, from a different side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all his view, but it's it's his view, but like it's kind of seeing the same shit over, except for like his perspective with his wife and shit. But
Yeah.
I thought it drug a little bit in the middle, but
Like, what part for you specifically you thought drug?
about the 18th time he went back to get his wife. No, I don't know.
I was gonna say you only did that twice.
Yeah, it just felt like it. But I did like it. I don't want to come across as I didn't like it. I just yeah. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite episode, but it was good.
Okay. Hess, what were your thoughts on it?
What the fuck?
Are you a host? What? Well, I guess we lost Hess, folks. I don't.
Dun dun dun.
Should I
We might want to call him back.
recall him?
Yeah. Can we
I think we just found out that Hess is a host. Well, we lost Hess. He's gonna try to reset his phone and call us back. But so we'll just jump into me and my thoughts on the episode. I really enjoyed it. I do have to say I don't think it's that rewatchable because I mean I watched it again today and I it was entertaining still. But it wasn't as interesting to me the second time watching it, just because I knew the love story and I knew it was gonna happen. Like I found it interesting the whole
first time?
the first time before.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I still really like the episode. Like you said, it's not my favorite, but it's
Yeah.
definitely I think it's up there with this season of my favorites because
Really?
I really liked it. It made me actually really like this character, especially because like the way they make you think the whole series is like Ghost Nation is this unstoppable force that's just a killing machine and no one can all this stuff. And then really like they're maybe some of the nicest people in the show. They still do kill people because of their narrative, but basically
Yeah.
everybody in the show does. So like killing in this show and their storylines doesn't mean much.
right.
Um,
Yeah. No, I kind of felt like though that we already knew that they weren't the meanest people.
Yeah, but and that was
'Cause
only
they
that was
hate-
because like we read it and we theorized on that already.
Yeah.
But from what the show told us, they were evil, kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
We got little hints here or there, like they saved Maeve's daughter, but that was only these past couple episodes that made us think that.
Yeah.
God, I'm real gassy. But I really enjoyed it, and I did wish that we got to see like Stubbs with them and how he left.
Yeah, I didn't think about it while I was watching it, but I did think that afterwards. It was
And
like after the fact.
It makes me wonder if we're gonna get that later on, because it seems like they're purposely hiding some of Stubbs' information
Well,
from
it's
us.
weird because Emily's been with him twice now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That she
She's
just
like-
came back to them.
she-
She's like, "Here, I'm gonna take my dad. Bye." Like
Yeah.
she didn't give a shit about them.
No, but she did say she didn't want to give him any harm or anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I was surprised that she spoke their language.
Well, 'cause she kind of did.
He's literally calling me.
Calling you. Did you want me to set your phone in front of the thing?
All
Who's
right, we
Hess?
got Hess
All
via
right,
phone.
Guys, we found out just now that it was on our end. We lost internet in our house completely, so that's kind of interesting. Hopefully that's back by tomorrow so people can see this episode.
You better be fucking back tonight.
But so we were just in the middle talking about the Man in Black's daughter, how she came out and she saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too about all that. Like her.
Was she just saving him, or does she really want to like torture him or whatever?
Well, I was because Nick asked me that earlier today. I think what she considers torture, and I think also what the Ghost Nation considered torture, was just him living. Because I think they know he's hurt, and his ultimate plan is to probably die or pass on, whatever. So I think their form is like, oh, we're just gonna continue you living and drag you through this with us.
See, I don't think I buy that. I think she's just saving him.
Well,
So
but
you think that she
said,
just wanted to get him?
well, she said
Yeah.
hers is much worse. I think because in her mind, him living and going back into the real world would be bad for him, but she knows it's best for him. So I think that's what she means. Like, oh, mine will be much worse because he'll have to deal with the real world.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant by it.
Torture to him, not to anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I do want to bring up. Last night, right when the episode ended, Hess texted me, and I wanted to share. I wanted to share with people Hess's thoughts. Mind you, this is right after the episode ended, so he just saw the episode, and he said, "I just finished it. What did you think?" And then he put a space, and so Maeve was reincarnated from Dude's girlfriend and was set to find her.
What the fuck? Where did
That's what I thought. Like, what really threw me for a loop was when, at the very end, like, when she put her hand on her heart and said, like, whatever she says, like, take my heart when you leave or whatever, I'm just like, so that's why he was, like, following her and wanting to get to her?
No, he was really just after her daughter. She just like if Maeve wasn't with that guy's daughter, he wouldn't have cared about her. Because Maeve's daughter saved him, so he's like, oh, okay, this little girl's nice.
Well, yeah, she did. Remember, she gave him the water, and she didn't know who he was.
So
and all that.
So really, he didn't really care about Maeve, other than she's the mother of that girl.
Right. Well, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? And then you said that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he was just
what
talking
did you
through.
reply to him?
I said that I don't think that. I think Maeve was just talking through her daughter, and he was telling the story about his wife.
Yeah, he was talking to Maeve through the little girl.
You know what I really wanted to happen?
What?
I wanted, like, right towards the end when he was, like, stood up and, like, you knew he was talking to Maeve.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the little girl to be like, what? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
After that whole story, that would have been. If that was him, I'd be like, "What? Okay, you know what? We were nice, but fuck you, you're dead now."
I was thinking that the entire time.
So I want to talk about Logan, but before I do that, I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
So the guy goes to what's it called, the cold storage or whatever, and he finds his girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call her. I forget her name, and he's all sad that she's down there.
Yeah.
But all of those hosts are gone because they were part of the attack. They shot the Man in Black at the end of the finale of season 1 and all that.
Yeah.
So why isn't she with him now?
Well, I guess this has to be pretty current, right?
Well, I mean, he was talking to Maeve's daughter now, so why wasn't she there? Like, why didn't we see her in present day? Like,
Well, maybe she got killed. Or maybe, I don't know. Like, she's one of those naked people
you
attacking.
think that he would go looking for her now that he knows everybody's out?
Does he know? He doesn't know cold storage is gone.
You think he would assume that because he went down there and saw everybody, so he would make... I feel like he would kind of know that people are waking up, and because he's smarter. He's kind of like how Maeve is, like, where they just kind of know things. And it surprised me that all the hosts wake up, and he knows all the hosts wake up now.
Right.
And he had this whole story about finding his girlfriend. Why aren't they together now? I was wondering about that.
I don't know.
Is Hess taking a leak?
What the fuck are you doing?
What? I was getting something out of my tooth.
Oh, Jesus
I just ate
Christ.
dinner.
We can hear you.
Oh,
my
God.
I have to say, this has to be the most unique podcast where one of the podcast members in the middle of the podcast gets up and gets something out of his tooth.
I had like shredded chicken in my teeth.
You know no one can see you, so, like, that doesn't matter.
You couldn't wait.
I know that. It still was bothering me.
All right,
Well, I mean, at least you don't have a microphone in you.
No.
You know.
Dude, I was trying to be so quiet.
You weren't quiet at all.
It sounded like you were taking a piss.
I had the sink on, like, drip. It wasn't even, like, a stream.
All right, well, we'll move on to Logan now. What did you guys think of the cool appearance by Logan in this episode?
Yeah, I liked that part. It was one of my favorite parts.
I mean, we called that on a 3 time at Pleeka. Not like it was like some secret thing, but
Yeah.
we saw him on the trailer. And
Well,
that
I
was pretty neat.
forgot, though, when we called it, that he knew who Logan was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I actually thought there was gonna be more to it because he knew who Logan was, but I like the way they did it, where you just find Logan, he's just fucking nuts, like chiming random shit,
Yeah.
and then it's really interesting. You watch it with subtitles, seeing what he says. He's like, "Fuck you, fucking guy," and like he's just saying random things.
Right.
He's all sunburnt. Like his thigh looked fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
And then the guy just puts a towel on him. He's like, "Yeah, your people will find you." And then goes and finds the Valley Beyond because Logan's like, "Where's the door?" And he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, that was weird.
It's almost like he found Hodor or something.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. What did you think about old Logan?
I was interested. I mean, I it's nice to. Are we to expect that he's alive or
I have a feeling he's still alive. I feel like the Man in Black was lying about that just to kind of get at John Delos or Jim Delos. I always call him John. But I don't know, cause
I think he's dead.
I can't remember. I know there's a scene in one of the trailers where he's like at a pool arguing with his dad, and I feel like we haven't seen that yet. But that could have just been like a deleted scene that they had in the trailer from that episode.
You know, I
and
saw that
stuff.
too because I was like, wasn't that Logan? You're like, yeah.
Yeah. So
but that was also.
that could be right after he gets rescued. I'm
I
hoping
figured-
this isn't the last we see of him.
I figured that was when he comes back, and then his dad's like, all right, you're done. I'm getting
yeah,
hooked
and then
up
he gets
into-"
hooked on future heroin.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that's the last we see of Logan, or do you think he'll have another appearance before the finale?
I think he'll be in with his dad.
Oh, like they're both.
Literally what I just said. I think that will happen.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll see him again.
I hope so. Yeah, I think that was really cool seeing him again. And speaking of cool appearances in this episode, that Ford scene was pretty cool. I was very surprised by that. Like at first you see a beard and you see lights and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then Ford's talking to him as he's fucking scalping people.
Right.
So he's like, this guy's putting what the hell's going on?
It was cool. It was a cool way to stop it. And then like when you watch it with the subtitles, it's like slicing skin. It's like gross.
Yeah. But I thought it was cool how like, especially because Akecheta was talking to him, and then Ford's like, well, where did you find this maze? And Ford's like, and he's just not going to answer for us. So Ford's like, okay, and like freeze motor functions, and then report, and like starts. He makes him tell him and all that.
He's like,
that
it was
really
weird
cool.
because he's like analysis, and then he's like, he tells him, but you could tell like it wasn't 100% cooperation. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean?
he was hesitant, but he also couldn't control it.
Yeah.
Like he had to say it.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of like in Star Wars when Kylo Ren's talking to Rey, he's getting in her head, and she's like, no, I don't. But like he ends up like getting the information and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't expect him to be in the episode at all. I thought like maybe just see Logan and that'd be it. I thought it'd be all about Akecheta, so I thought that was pretty cool.
What did he call Dolores?
The Deathbringer. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
when
cool
the
too.
Deathbringer comes for me, he started
Yeah.
talking like his lingo.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty
and then,
cool. Calling
so
her
she was
that.
called Deathbringer like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that like her ultimate goal? Is to just kill all the hosts then?
That's kind of what they. That's kind
I
of
mean,
what they
it's
alluded to.
And humans. It seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, because Arnold was human.
Yeah.
Ford was human.
I liked how we
True.
got to see Arnold dead again, and then we saw him fighting Ford in the exact same place.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat. Like you see Dolores there on the floor. I kind of forgot. Like when you started hearing the gunshots, I was like, "What the hell?" And then I forgot that like they set up like that. Like she was Wyatt and killed everybody.
Yeah.
Like I forgot how similar that was to the finale when he did that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that she offed herself.
Yeah, I did too. So when
You
she was
know
laying
what
there, I
I
was like, "Oh yeah,"
Yeah.
because it's been so long since I've seen
Well, and
that.
so much other shit has happened. And
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I want to talk. What do you guys think about Maeve? Like, what do you think? Do you think she's gonna die? What do you think is gonna happen with her?
I think she's gonna do something to outsmart whoever's like that.
Like Charlotte Hale there?
Yeah, or that
So-
tech or whoever, and then she'll get out of it.
Yeah. The interesting part is we know, like, she doesn't get brought up at all in the future because Charlotte Hale's there, and this is right after like when her and Stubbs ran away. So like, something has to happen with Maeve and Sizemore because they're not there in the future.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but none of the hosts.
But yeah, you're right. No one's really there.
I mean, they're not going to show us them because it would be a spoiler that they made.
But
at
they
the
show
end.
Charlotte Hale in both, and they show Stubbs in both.
Yeah, but no, that's not
They're
the
the-
real story, though. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Well, the question is does Maeve and Dolores make it to the end? If they show them at the end, then it's not. Then we don't know how.
I guess, yeah. I think it's less does Maeve make it to the Valley Beyond, but I don't.
So far,
I
but she's gonna-
think her not being. I think Sizemore not being there shows that she survives. Because if she just died, he would just stay with Delos. If he, like, to be safe, because he's kind of a pussy. Because he hid from Dolores
they
and all
might
them
tell
and
him
all
to
that.
fuck off and go somewhere though. He's not really important. Like, he's
But like
just-
they don't have the power to escape until they get Abernathy's thing. So he wouldn't be able to fuck off. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true.
So I think him not being.
I mean, he's
in
not
those-
gonna help
in those
him,
future
though.
scenes. Yeah, but I feel like they would have saw him if Maeve dies. So I think that shows that she's alive.
Yeah, I mean, I think she is anyways, but
So overall, what did you guys think of Acheta's story? We see him at first as like a normal, I don't know what you call him, Indian,
Yeah.
whatever. Him and his people. Then he becomes Ghost Nation.
I
starts
like the fact
killing-
that they showed that they were out there before the park had opened.
Yeah, and like he
So-
saw the massacre and all. Like they were almost like a side project up here
Yeah.
while they were testing out all like the main storyline hosts.
yeah.
It's weird to me too. Like like all those people are kind of pushed off to the side. Like they don't matter to anybody's story. Like
Well,
they're up here.
I think it's like, okay, you're going to this cowboy town, and if you go out too far, then you could get attacked by Indians or whatever. But
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then some of them seem peaceful, and then they they take him from his peaceful shit, and then screw up, don't delete his memories, and make him Ghost
Yeah,
Nation.
I liked how they showed that like both those times where he went in and they're like, okay, well, let's turn him into Ghost Nation. They're like, but
Yeah.
what about the others? We'll just get him Ghost Nation, leave the others. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, he goes back. They're like, he hasn't been upgraded in 10 years. And I found it interesting that girl's look when she was like, oh, okay, just no, put him back, just update him, whatever. you
yeah,
need to
like
do."
she didn't want to get in
And
trouble.
she says quietly, just get him in there, because like
Yeah.
they're like, we haven't updated us in 10 years. What the fuck? And like, so then they just shove him back in there, which really, ultimately, kind of fucks him over with all this, because like he's doing shit on the side and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's in
Yeah.
like their mistakes. Everybody kind of is connected in how all this plays out.
I thought it was really good. I liked it. I mean, the whole story, like, it was slow at times, like you guys said before Chaos took over our podcast. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. It was like another perspective, and
Yeah, it was interesting seeing someone else's view of the events that we've seen.
yeah, absolutely.
The interesting thing is I wonder how big of a character he's going to be going forward.
I was wondering that because like he almost seems like a major player in this now that we've seen all the like he's seen Ford die, he's seen Arnold die, he's the one that found the maze and made it a thing, and like he saved Maeve's daughter, he's talked to Maeve, he saved the Man in Black, like he's done a lot of shit now. I
Yeah.
feel like and now we know that him and all his people are also heading to the Valley Beyond. So
Right.
literally everybody in the fucking entire show is heading there. So it'll be real
That's the
interesting.
big hole in the ground, right?
Yeah, that's William's
I mean, that's
thing
what,
that he
that's
built.
what we think.
So-
I mean, it's
Okay.
all things point to it.
What do you
Okay.
guys after this episode? Do you guys have an idea of what the Valley Beyond is?
I mean, everyone seems to think it's some kind of like cradle for humans.
Yeah, that's the biggest theory is that it's a cradle for humans.
I don't, and like I talked
Maybe
to,
it's a door to the outside world.
I think it's that too. Like I think it's something, but then also through the Valley Beyond, you can leave the park. That's like the fire exit to Delos.
oh my god. Well, they blocked it with all that sand. You're not supposed to block fire exits.
But yeah, like I feel like I thought it was really cool too when they showed it when you first found it, and like you see like it looked like a bunch of tiny little elevator things or like spheres all in there, which could have been some kind of future architect type
Yeah,
things.
it was very.
But
it
like
was
then
very,
you literally just see a door.
I
there
kind of wanted
too.
to pause it and like look at it, but I didn't.
I watched a video and the guy had it freeze framed, and you can't really tell much, but it really does look like little chambers where they could be like having people or something. Like I told you, I read this earlier that people have a theory that this is really rich people that have paid to get themselves frozen like a Walt Disney thing.
Right.
And when the time comes when they can perfect the Jim Delos like human host hybrid, that they'll wake them up and they'll do that and they can live forever in Westworld. Or even out of the park, whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That'd be interesting if they open. I don't know what that would do for some people other than it could potentially maybe make the man... Because, like, as far as we know, unless there's some secret in the Valley Beyond that shows that it works and they were just lying to Jim Delos, that
Which they'd have no reason to.
it wouldn't work still. So I don't think seeing all his bodies would really do anything other than being like, oh wow, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I get it. Like, if they're all going there, humans and hosts. I mean, I think Man in Black wants to destroy it,
Yeah,
but I don't know why the hosts want to go there.
it's
got to be a door.
I'm really
or
afraid.
something.
Which, like, if you watch Theory Time with Pleeka this week, you'll know. Because they even have this in the trailer. I forget. I think it's just like the series trailer where Dolores is walking through a library, which we haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
and she's flipping through books. I'm really, really afraid that that's the Valley Beyond, and it's just information. and it's like stuff that she's gonna read, and I don't know what the information will be, but I feel like it's gonna be like, because we everybody's like, oh, the maze is gonna be like it'll make people grow wings and fly or some
Yeah.
shit, crazy shit like that.
Nah.
I'm really afraid that it's gonna be as simple as it being a library.
That would be extremely disappointing.
A library.
Well, because if you watch Theory Time and Pleeka, I put the scene in there. Dolores is walking through the library reading stuff, and like, it's a modern library, and she's in Westworld. So where would that be unless she found it in Delos?
Or unless she's in one of those Men in Black flashbacks. He already brought her to
That's
his
true.
house
It
once.
could be in the next episode when they're at the hotel place, wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Which you guys want to talk about that? Next time looks like it's going to be all Man in Black, which gets me pretty excited. I'm hoping that'll end or confirm Man in Black host theory for everybody.
Do you still think he's a host?
Absolutely.
Can I? Because you haven't gave us anything really besides him getting a new hat in the beginning, and I honestly want to know what makes you think he's a host?
I just think he's a host.
But like that's not an answer.
Yeah, that's not an answer.
like what
I believe it is.
But what has happened in the show where you're like, oh fuck, he might be a host?
Well,
Because to
it's
me,
ju-
nothing's happened like that. So I'm interested, like, why you think that.
It's just intuition. That's all it is. It's just a peaked intuition that I have, and I'm gonna roll with it until I'm wrong or right.
But the thing is, something has to happen to give you an idea. So what happened in the show to give you that idea that he might be a host?
It was the whole hat thing. I told you guys.
So you're thinking this entire, last year you based, Bernard's a host. He didn't cuddle with Teresa, and he did cuddle with Teresa.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say you were wrong about that because you were right. Bernard is a host.
I know.
So I'm just, if you're right again about this, I will never say you're
I
wrong
honestly
again.
was praying last night that we were gonna find out that he was a host or something.
There's
I
been
was
a-
just like,
There's been a couple times this season where I was like, oh fuck, please don't make all those people right.
I don't. If he's a host, more power to you. But it will make me lose interest in the show.
Yeah, it'll unless it's like the most like miraculous reveal that any show's ever done.
I can't take.
I don't
I can't
think I would
take.
like
Oh
it.
no, you're a host. Oh, you're a
Because
host.
to me, that would make the entirety of last season pointless.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing last season was basically be like, you're not a host. This game isn't for you. That's why the maze did nothing for you. That's why you grow facial hair. And so it would be like it'd be pointless for last season to me. At least his storyline would be for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't go with that.
So what other thoughts do you guys have on this episode? There's not really a lot to talk about because it was just a love story mixed in with some Westworld stuff.
Well, I know your favorite part and Hans's favorite part was cold storage with the dicks, right?
When they broke the dick counter because there was too many to count down there. We're at like 112. I don't know.
I still haven't heard any boing.
Well, there's too many now.
No, it's
It took
funny.
over the
It's
whole
funny
podcast.
because me and Abby watched it together, and when they went in there, I go, "Get ready, we're about to see a bunch of dicks." And fucking turned the camera around. She was like, "Oh my god!"
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the second they went down, I was like, well, it wouldn't be a season of Westworld if we didn't see an entire room of dicks.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, especially when you watch at the gym the second time and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here comes the dick part.
Season
Hopefully no
1
one's
of the
looking at
show
my
is
phone.
pretty embarrassing to watch at the gym. Like you're walking next to Joe Schmo over there, and then he looks over, and some dude's like, if you're watching the part where they're pouring the water, and you see that giant elephant cock on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you watch that at the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you kind of like cover your phone a little bit or skip ahead and do something.
So we talk. So what were some things that you didn't
Well,
like about the episode?
how about what's his name? Akecheta? Akecheta?
What?
Akecheta? Akecheta.
I think that's a bush. Oh, wait.
No, it's Akecheta. That's how it's spelled.
Akecheta.
Akecheta. Akecheta?
I think
So
I don't
the-
know. You
so the-
fucked me up now. I'm not sure how to say it.
So the K and the E are silent? Akecheta?
Just
It sounds
what
like you're
we-
saying, I want some cheddar.
What is your point?
So, like, how wild is it? The dude didn't even die for 10 years?
I believe it was 9. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well,
That's cool.
'cause
He
he's-
almost did, and then Maeve's daughter's like, "Here's a glass of water, sir," and he's like, "Oh wow, I'm better, thanks."
Yeah, what was in that fucking water?
I don't know, but I want some.
Jesus.
I don't know. It's kind of like what's in the Man in Black every time he gets shot. It seems like he can only get shot in the arm and the leg. except the one time, and he just ends up crawling away.
Yeah, if he was a host, he'd probably be dead.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, Clementine got shot like 3 times and she's dead. So
I mean, that's the thing about the Men in Black with the host thing, and going back to that is like, it seems like hosts die as easily, or if not easier, than humans.
yeah, well, because I feel like humans have more of a will to live. Like he said, he's crawling on the floor and he's like, "Don't fucking do it, don't die here." But that'll be one disappointing thing. I feel like no matter what happens this season, I feel like we're losing the Man in Black.
Yeah.
And I feel like next season won't be Ford either. So it'll be interesting what next season is with no Ford and no Man
I'm
in
a
Black.
little worried about next season, but I was worried about this
You
season.
were worried about this season too,
and I like it.
It turned
Yeah.
out pretty great.
Yeah. Well, so
But,
Yeah.
so I
but
can
honestly,
afford to be
though, I
worried.
can't imagine what next season is, which I think is good because if we could predict it, it'd be pretty lame.
Yeah.
Because I also couldn't imagine what this season was. I mean, and it's nothing like I anticipated.
No, me either.
But it's pretty hard
It's
to
kind
predict
of
some
cool
of
how
this shit.
what they did is they made it be 2 weeks long and then
Yeah,
throw in
and it's
flashback.
crazy how much information we can get. in these
Because
2
I mean, you would
weeks.
think them taking over in chaos and then people come in and like, okay, that's an episode.
Yeah, it makes
but
me-
they made it last.
It makes me wonder if next season will be them outside the park, like a Lost World situation, or if it'll be like a Future World thing where it'll be like, oh yeah, that happened, but we reopened the park and it's under new management, so that can't happen again. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get my Jurassic Parks mixed up. One of those is definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be them outside the park, and I can't imagine that being interesting, but I don't know.
It could be both.
Yeah, I guess it could be
Like-
multiple timelines. Oh, this is them outside the park, and this is when we reopened it, and Dolores is back there,
And then
you have to
Dolores
see how it
comes and
happens.
visited. Dolores comes
Oh
and
my
visit
God.
as a host.
She
but
would have to be
thinks
the
she's-
dumbest person alive to escape Westworld and then
And-
come back as a guest.
Maybe she wants to be the Man in Black.
It'd be kind of like that guy that I talked about, who was in a hostage situation,
Oh yeah, and he came back.
went to
dead.
Walmart and then came back.
That's true.
That's
I forgot
true.
about that.
So quick, this episode, I know it's only one day after, but it has a 9.3 on IMDb.
Oh wow.
Highest of any episode. Well, actually, that is a lie.
I knew it was because I read them. Couple weeks ago.
Last year the finale has a 9.6. So, but yeah, this year it's higher than any of them from this year.
I'll go rate it. It'll go down.
So we talked about a lot of stuff that we liked about this episode. What were some things that you guys didn't like about the episode?
I didn't like it dragging.
Mm-hmm. What else?
That's kind of.
I didn't like when he didn't have his face paint on. I thought he looked weird without his face paint. I thought he looked
So
way
you-
better with his.
So you're just saying you thought the actor looked weird, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I thought it looked really cool, and I even told Abby, I go, maybe I could be a Kiksuya or whatever the fuck his name is for Halloween.
Wow. How
But
old?
I don't
Wait.
want-
Wait.
Do
Wait,
you
how
think I would
how
get-
old are you?
me?
Yeah.
I'm 34 years old, Nick.
Okay, you don't need to be anybody for Halloween then.
Oh,
Why?
you be him, and
It's
I'll
fun.
be his wife. What was her name?
Don Cheadle.
Lulu? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll be his wife, and you can come get me, and we'll go walk to.
He'll
I'll
get
be
naked
on-
and go in the fridge.
We'll lay together, and then someone will pick me up and take me away, and you'll find me in cold storage with a bunch of penises.
But wasn't this guy at the like very beginning when Logan went and met them at that party where they were all hosts?
Yeah.
yeah. We actually,
Okay, that's
I
what I
think,
thought.
I think we talked about that.
we
when
probably
were
could,
gone.
Yeah.
we could have covered that while you were gone, but that's why he recognized Logan underneath
Yeah.
the tree.
Right.
Fuck
Okay,
no.
that's why I just wanted to verify because I do remember talking about it. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm
was-
actually surprised we didn't see more of that, like from his
It was him-
perspective or anything.
It was him and Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, if you think about it, it was him and Angela and Clementine and fucking who else?
And that one guy that Dolores kicked out,
yeah, there's like everyone that was like
either introduced this season or like the side characters last season were all
were
there.
fucking all there, and they're the
Yeah.
ones that are like.
Meanwhile, Dolores is having chit chats with Arnold. So, any last things you guys want to say about this episode of Westworld before we wrap this up?
Well, I do want to thank Hess for getting a new light.
Oh yeah, Hess, your light worked out really great for this episode. You
Yeah.
know.
No shit.
It made
I
you look
fucking,
beautiful.
I was excited to use it for Thursday. Fell asleep, and then I
Yeah.
was excited to try it out today. And yeah, you guys have no internet at the moment. Her name is Kohana, by the way.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
you named your light. I'm like, this dude's lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, I named my new vanity light Kohana.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week's random ramblings. Everybody, glad to have Hess on the show. You guys saw his face the entire time.
Just put a picture up of him. Man.
Yeah,
And every
pretty-
time he talks,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you a picture to put up of me.
I'm a little afraid of
good-
that.
yeah.
But
A
we'll
good
be
picture.
we'll be back
Yeah.
this Thursday for a third time at Pleeka, and then next Tuesday for another episode of Random Ramblings. So we will see you guys then. I think we just found out that Hess is a host.